So everybody, welcome to VGA Digital Lab. And today we talk about the lab and the digital lab and what we are looking at for the future and everything here. No, so yeah, well, since I keep wondering why, when I was young, I really liked to mess around with Commodore computers and stuff before the internet until it moves to other levels. So wow, we love the future, right? All this exciting future that we live in, and tons of data, information just can be gotten. You can sit down and like read for a week, and by the time you read for 1 week, you probably know how to create some robots and some stuff. You know what I mean? That's kind of cool, because that's the way I do it. I go to the data and I read about it and pack it in my brain, and then I try experiment with all this stuff. So I've been like trying to get my lab together and creating my new lab community, where I have a community and have a forum, and well, we'll find people that have the same interests. So we have a project page besides, like the job thing and the courses and a community for people to like really, and a forum for discussion and stuff like that. And a store if we got some stuff to sell, right? That's really pretty normal for a site presentation, right? So I've spent time developing a bunch of sites that I'm soon be done with to have free time to explore other new things. And the other new things are really just like the future. Future VGA Digital Lab. Wow. Well, I mess with audio. A lot of people should know that audio is a very, 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 very powerful thing. I won't say. So when it comes to programming and audio, right, in those areas, we still like, because you talk about sound control the mind, the art, and everything. So that's another picture. Okay, so we are in audio development. We have some audio development in the lower stage now, but it's just right now. We are in music and stuff, so we're just developing recording studios and still work with a lot of developers that's dealing with spectrum analyzing of music and equalization and things like that in those areas. And we're doing that also in the visual area. So the true nature of the company, we try to embody a project page where and try to interest other programs to come and work on new projects that we're going to be thinking we're going to be doing. Or we talk about project and stuff. Like, and I'm inviting us to, like, Amazon is a place where we really have a lot of computing power. And I'm a member of Amazon and associate. And as I'm building my lab or building my development, because you have to have your servers that you're doing stuff local in your servers, so you move it to the cloud and back and forth from the cloud. And we bought, right now I have 2 servers I got from Amazon. I'm not going to say nothing bad about that really. And we bought a 3rd server at Amazon. Until this day we haven't got the server. We call about the server. Amazon tell you it's been all this time, and they're the one that tell you to wait 2 or 3 months, and they're going to give you an answer about police report and stuff. So even a small company who want to take a leap and bounds into a certain era with a company like Amazon having the type of service that they have, they won't be getting my money. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of look upon Google, because Google still have the quantum computer still. You know what I mean? And we definitely, people could like really come to VGA and click upon the project page and see what's a project that we are thinking that we're going to embark on for the future. So I've already invested money into like the 3D printers. Now, I live in Jamaica, and I would tell you, I'm not going to knock with anything. I'm probably one of the only 3D printer tech in Jamaica. And I didn't just learn that because I wanted to learn. Is that I purchased 2 3D machines, one that barely came with instruction, and one that came with none, right? So I was like, what's up with these man from China? But that's smart because I said, well, the China man must sell you something, you know. Him say anybody that buy these machines or anything, it got to be somebody who's technically inclined or some kind of knowledge about tech. So they'll figure it out. And so I did that. And after setting on the machines them and have them run and print out some stuff, I'm like, wow, I can really build 3D machines. I understand everything, the nozzle, how to do everything. I mean, every single pieces, nuts and bolts. I can just go online right now and order parts, and I can build 3D printers. For real, I can build them, and that's one of our things. So, well, I got something fell on the floor, so I got to pick it up. So, basic talk about when someone said they might do something in certain area that had some prior experience or how the mechanism work. So yes, man, I know how the 3D printer system work, and I know how to really create one from scratch. As well to the party, we have it at VGA 3D printing development. So that's going to be in the part of my area of my development where I'm there tinkering, hooking up different 3D machines. And I have an interest in the metal engrailment. You know, we have metal engrailment, and then we have rubber, and then we have fiber. You know what I mean? Up to this day, I've sat down and watched even people trying to replicate food, and brothers to that, replicating body parts, okay? Replicating even dentures and certain things. So I'm deep in that area. I do pay attention. So we do visual production. It's about visual, you know, work with the visual within the software area, programming and the visual, right? And we definitely audio. And we have two new guys here we had up there, which is machine language. I'm looking more into that because I really started out in machine language and sort of straight into a bunch of web language. So I'm saying you need to get back to what you was doing, dealing with just the code. So we're gonna jump back to doing a lot of experiment in the machine language. And the other day I tried to like bring down a system from Microsoft down to my other system, but my system is so bulky. I got a server, I got to download all the development package for Visual Basic Studio. You know how the thing go. So we can have a development package in one of the servers, then so we can do a bunch of stuff, right? So we're thinking about doing some studies and finding how everything works with the AI, right? Artificial intelligence is the future. You know what I mean? What companies are going to be dealing with technology, we're not going to be thinking about piercing into and understanding more and more. I spend half my time anyway just watching a bunch of documentary video on AI and computers and robotics and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I imagine that we are getting deep in working with 3D printers, and I'm thinking to build a really large one anyway, you know, and that we can print all kind of things, maybe frames, stuff for, and it's kind of like little small robot toys or stuff you may create in the future. The future is kind of untold, you know, when it comes to certain things. But the area that I work in, like computer programming and the building of 3D printers, I think, I'm not going to say, but this is VGA Lab, and I'm just introducing my site to you guys, and we got our about page, small little about page thing here. And even though we did it before, we still try to like run it back through the area again, and you got a question ask area there, you know, very much so, right? And this is our thing right here, and then we got a forum. Okay, I gotta go check that forum anyway. And we got a community, got activity page. Click over to my thing, right? And she'll shoot one more time. This is my stuff right there, and we got events. happening right there. Location, booking, time, events for online events as well. We got courses. So we got a course, we got a course dashboard there that I did. Okay, and we got at least a placeholder course because you have to have something to hold the place and an introduction video can be done there. I could have did written stuff, you know, you just read and see the picture, but just put a video to hold the place. So maybe this can work as when you do your course, you come in, it's set up so you can be an instructor. You can have just talking about your courses right here, and then they go and take the course to try to like do stuff, right? And so that's where I designed this one. And I do have a job thing there, the list jobs. I did put a placeholder job, right? Soon to not really a placeholder, but I have a real thing. I did a freelance thing, web developer. And it's soon to be listing like, yo, people that's in these areas of development, right? And then I may want 1 and 2 little piece of AI file written, right? So I link some people who write AI, and I also people machine language, and then I'll be learning alongside the whole thing to brushing up on my skills. Okay, so we still got a store, right? Of course. And well, what did we clicked on here? Oh, store. Oh, account. I clicked on. I should have clicked on the store. That's an account page right there. Then I did put up one of my little PHP editor. This is a useful thing if you really put this in your site, and you can use it. So if you even get a site that don't have no PHP in it, you can still use it, but it won't sell. I got to work on a Java still version, but if you have a PHP page, you can just stick this inside there, and you can use it, right? So sort of like did that, you know what I mean? And I did the next little thing there. Well, funny, but I put this one in. It meant that, okay, you see the way, not that I'm unquote, certain people come about WordPress and say they have GPA license and all this kind of stuff. I mean, they have free licensing for all of the free software then, so it's not like, hey, you know what I mean? So this is something similar, that you would buy this video package and you get all the free plugin then that goes with it, then enabled you to create a site right off the bat as you put the plugin and follow instruction. So you just pay for the license for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's straight up. And as we further update the same video site with more other things, then we'll tell you, we'll have other updates. And in the future, we'll probably have our own, since we're still working down the line of creating our own plugin or container to contain other people's plugins. Okay, great. So thanks a lot for viewing VGA Lab. As we bring it back to you, and just to show off the page, I put a bunch of stuff here on my project page. That's the project that we're going to be really working with. And then we can get web projects. It's going to be a bunch of stuff that's just happening. Right? Still working on this page. Right? And it's an era banner thing. Right? All right. So thanks a lot.